Today we're going to be comparing fast food fries to see which is better, Australia or America. I'll be trying 8 different fries from each country and reviewing them to see how they taste from every place. Then I'll be giving them a score based on how they rank in a tier maker, and the country with the highest score will finally determine once and for all which country has the better fries, Australia or the USA. Now of course they're all going to have to be given a proper ranking, so we've got some tiers here ranked S, A, B, C and D. The higher the ranking, obviously the higher the level, the higher the score that the chips are getting. So of course the best gets 5 points and the worst gets 1. If they're in D tier, I'd classify them as pretty bad. In C, I'd classify them as alright, okay, sort of decent. In B, you know, good chip. A good chip that you can't go wrong with, a good fry. In A, they're great. They're almost at the S tier. And in S tier, we're going to pick one from USA and one from Australia that I think are the best chips to try it all video. And then at the end of trying all 16, we're going to take a look to see which country ends up with the most points and can be officially crowned as the country with a better fry. Let's begin with the Aussie chips. The first place of the video we decided to try was Porto, and let's just say we didn't have the highest of expectations. Alright, let's see. They're not flavorful enough. They're too, I feel like they're too dry. Sammy and Chris also gave the chips a try, although considering Sammy would literally anything, I didn't take what he said so seriously.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't mind it. There's salt on it, but it doesn't taste like it.
I don't know, a Porto, I feel like too much potato, not enough
salt. There's no salt. There's nothing. It doesn't taste like anything.
They're not great. I feel like, yeah, again, way too much potato. We're going to be putting in D, which is essentially bad. And you know the chips aren't great when I have to say this. Anyone want these chips? Now Schnitz was next up on the list, and let me just say we had higher expectations. Surely Schnitz is a little bit better. I've got high hopes for Schnitz. Yeah, they're pretty good. More flavour, the spices as you can see, golden and crispy.
They're pretty good. Got more flavour than bloody a Porto.
Now Schnitz, no surprises whatsoever. They're the best chip makers in the game, just about. Definitely in the A tier, could be in the S tier. We're not too sure about the other ones yet, but so far, definitely an A quality chip.
Just the flavouring was just so good. Like, the seasoning was fantastic.
Now, is it true, Sammy, that you had the entire bag of the chips after we filmed?
Yes, it is true.
Alright, next up we got grilled. Hi, could I just order like just small chips if that's fine? Unfortunately, the service didn't help out Grilled's favour at all, as it took over 10 minutes just for a small chips.
How long have you been recording audio for? How long have we been waiting at this place for?
7 minutes. In terms of service, I feel like Grilled. I know it's not, okay, it's probably not fast food, but like...
We come here a lot as well. We've come here just a couple times.
I don't know why it's taken us so long to get the chips. It's just chips.
How long was that? 9 minutes?
Yeah, I think that's a record. They do smell nice. Unfortunately, they didn't taste very nice. Too much potato, I feel. The perfect chip needs the right balance. This is just all potato. Alright, someone clearly doesn't like grilled chips anymore. They're hot, and it's just like, there's no real flavour to them, I don't think. Now grilled, I'm probably going to put in D. Not a great start for Australia, to be honest with you. 2 D tiers already. And by the way, the workers are grilled. Just because you put a star next to my name, Patrick, doesn't mean I'm going to rank the chips up any higher.
The ratio of the time waited for the taste of a chip, was it worth it?
Well, we waited for 10 minutes. We had 2 chips and threw the rest out. Now, Macca's and KFC are up next, but just a quick disclaimer. Yes, technically, they're originated in America, so you could technically consider them as American, but they're going to be classed as an Aussie chip in this video, considering that they're staple Aussie fast food places. I mean, who doesn't think of Aussie fast food places without thinking about Macca's and KFC? Now, KFC, just about my favourite fast food place, surely their chips rank decent. Salt overload.
They're definitely salted.
Yeah, that's problem. What do you reckon?
Yeah,
Soggy.
A bit soggy.
You like a soggy chip?
I prefer a soggy chip over
A potato chip?
They're decent. I think they're decent. Salty. They could be a bit crispier, but they're not the worst.
Hey, can I get a small fry, thanks? Thank you very much. Mate, hell.
You talk about convenience, that took 5 seconds. Grill took 10 minutes. There's a decent chance these could be cold and rubbish though.
Yeah. They feel hot.
Is it just me, or do I not feel like chips should look like that?
Oh my god, they're really bad. Compared to this,
Oh, you can tell these have been in the air fryer for a good 3 hours. They feel like they've been just sitting there for a while. They're not hot, Look, they're all right. I've had better though. They're underwhelming Macca's chips, those are. Well, KFC, they weren't amazing, but they weren't a bad KFC chip. I would say they're maybe a little bit too soggy and salty, but I actually ultimately thought they were not too bad. I could have definitely finished a batch of those chips for sure. To be honest with you, I can't really say the same thing about McDonald's chips. Macca's, they were, yeah, definitely taste like they were sitting there for 6 hours. Way too oily. And Macca's fries are normally quite good. I normally have them ranked quite highly, but this experience was just not great. And it was sort of something you'd expect to receive after waiting over an hour ordering McDonald's and Uber Eats. So it's only just gonna make him to C. It was still edible, but not very great.
Look at everyone behind us, the line. How many people would swing to order some food?
Now, for any Americans watching this, if there are any, Hungry Jack's is the Australian version of Burger King, which I'll be having later in this video.
They look alright, actually.
They look thick and crispy.
They're good. They're good. They're good. They're actually good.
Yeah, they're good. The last 4 times I've had Hungry Jack's, they've had shocking chips, but today they've delivered. Looking forward to this one, Nando's. Just the smallest chips you have.
The regular?
Yeah.
You wanted the berry salt on it?
Yeah, the peri-peri salt. I feel like we probably should have got more peri-peri salt with that. That one was cold.
I had a cold one too. Colder than...
That is surprisingly not that nice. Oh, should I just put the whole...
Yeah, dip it. I can smell it.
Yeah, that wasn't a good decision. Nando's make the best chips when they're like hot, crispy and all that, and they've got more peri-peri salt. Those were like cold, feel like they've been there for a while, and the service. We waited over 10 minutes for cold, stale chips.
Do you want some hot sauce?
Now, Hungry Jack's, we're going to put another one into the A tier for Australia, definitely bumping up the numbers, another one with 4 points. Sometimes they can be hit or miss, but a lot of the time Hungry Jack's normally do it quite well, and they did it very well this time round. Nando's not so much. They're normally a top 3 chip for mine in Australia at least, but this time round that just wasn't the case. Yeah, for mine, that they're a C tier. They're below average, those chips at the time. I got one more to go now, Red Rooster. I guess we'll figure out why there are so few in the country these days. If the chips are any good. They're really salty. Look good. They're hot. Alright, so they're not too bad. There's flavour, a bit too much salt I reckon, and a slight bit undercooked.
They're very hot. They are very hot.
Definitely a hot, fresh batch of chips, but nice. Just look at young Prime Riley's reaction to them.
Now with Red Rooster chips, as you saw in the video, they were extremely hot, but I'm still going to put them in the B tier. They were better than KFC's. They were good. They were good chips. Quickly, before we do get into the USA fries, we need to pick an S tier chip, and I think it's safe to say Schnitz goes in the S tier. I mean, there are many reasons why I think Schnitz are an S tier chip. Now that with Australia, they ended up with a total chip score of 21 from the 8 places. Now up to America to see if they can do better and one up Australia by getting a total score of more than 21. Alrighty guys, we're out here in America for the American fast food. We've got In-N-Out Burger, which I've always wanted to try, so we're gonna try the burgers and the fries as you can see right there. So let's go in. It's very busy. I didn't think it'd be that busy. The two, the cheeseburger, french fries and medium drink. Yes.
Now I knew In-N-Out was popular, but not this popular. It was by far the busiest place in the lot, with wait times well exceeding 20 minutes.
So of all the places we've been to, that 100% took the longest. 20 more minutes. It is absolutely packed. I'm lucky I found a table. Alright, this is what the chips look like. They probably don't look like chips that would be worth a 20-minute wait, but I think the burgers will probably be better. Sort of soggy, but salty. They taste sort of stale. They're not the best chips in the world. Now with In-N-Out, unfortunately, I don't think I was as harsh as I probably should have been in the video clips that you saw. They're a D tier chip for mine. They were just really underwhelming for some reason. The only good thing about the In-N-Out realistically were the burgers. I'll give them that, they were good, but I mean, we're not ranking burgers, are we? We are in, as you can see, Chick-fil-A with my sister. She already ordered the food, so we're just waiting for the chips to come.
I've been hearing so many people suck up to Chick-fil-A, so I was sort of expecting these chips to be quite good.
That's what we're after in this video. As you can see, they're different. I've been told they're good. They're like waffle fries, and we haven't had that yet so far this video. I think they'll be alright. They're probably not as good as I thought they were.
They're a bit overhyped.
They're not too bad. They're probably average sort of compared to the Australian chips we've had, maybe a little bit better than average. These ones at least, it's not as much flavour as I thought they'd be, but they're still like a good amount of potato and all that, so they're not that bad. Yeah, terrible start for America, to be honest with you. Chick-fil-A, lucky not to be lower. I'm going to put them in C. They weren't actually horrific, but they were probably better than Macca's and Nando's, actually, to be fair. Yeah, they were like cold. They didn't really have a lot of salt. They were just sort of just nothingness really when I tried them.
Well, Hungry Jack's certainly lived up to the hype when it comes to Australian chips. We're here at Here at Burger King, I'd say American version. That's literally what they have in every other country but Australia. Hungry Jack's certainly lived up to the occasion. Great, so they don't have a bloody small variety of chips, which means I gotta get the large one. I don't really want a large, especially if they're shit. Alright, so I just get a large fries. Pretty similar to Hungry Jack's, not gonna lie. They're alright, they're hot, crispy, but I think Hungry Jack's chips from the Australian ones are slightly better. But they're not that bad.
For this one, we are going to be filming solo at the airport because I just saw it randomly. I thought we're going to do it. As you can see, we're going to try Carl's Jr.'s chips in America. So they do have Carl's Jr. in Australia, but I thought, why not? It's more American. I've never tried in America. Let's see how the chips are. They're thin, they're hot, they're not quite salty enough, but apart from that, they're not the worst I've had. They're actually half decent, but not that bad.
Now we're gonna give Five Guys a try. They have, I think, a couple locations in Australia, but I've never had it before. Apparently they're pretty good, expensive. Could I just get the little fries?
Now just remember, I ordered the little fries, so just wait until you see the serving size that I got.
I paid $5.30 USD for this, but I also ordered a small portion. How was that small? That's small. So before we start, what do you reckon, like based on what it looks? There's definitely good seasoning. It does look burnt, but given the price and given like how people have rated it, I reckon they'll be good.
Well, I'm very glad that I got given a massive portion size because they were fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't mind them. The seasoning's good.
Really good.
They're hot. They're crispy.
I like it.
They're not bad. They're not bad for sure.
They were so good that even the coupes finished the rest of the bag.
Pretty good. Very good actually. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Now we're going to be ranking Burger King, Carl's Jr. and Five Guys. With Burger King, probably also going to be in the C tier. I'm going to put them at the top of C. They could have almost been in the B, but I feel like they were just, weirdly enough, a poor man's Hungry Jack's. But with the Five Guys fry, they're going to help redeem USA by quite a bit here because I'm going to put them straight into A tier, and they could be an S tier, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting heaps of Five Guys, to be honest with you. I mean, they just didn't look great if you look at the photos. They look kind of crap, but they came out really crispy, golden, packed with a lot of flavour. And then with Carl's Jr. as well, I tried them in the airport. I have had these in Australia as well. They were pretty similar to the Australian version of the Carl's Jr. fries. I'd say they were probably in the B tier. Yeah, they were good chip.
Next up, it was time for me to give Wendy's chips a try.
Obviously, I only had the small fries, unless these are really good, and they actually look decent. They look crispy. I could use a little bit more salt, but apart from that, they're actually not bad at all. Slightly stale as well.
And along with the fries, I also wanted to try a famous Wendy's Frosty.
So like a sundae more than a milkshake, realistically. I don't think it actually is a milkshake. I guess I'll have to be eating it like this instead of the straw, because it's useless. You're not, like, what's the point? The next fries tasting location is going to be Applebee's. I know it's not technically a fast food, sort of more like a sit-down restaurant, grill and bar, but they're a location in America, so we're going to be counting at this video. I think it could actually rank up higher on the points for the American chips. We are trying these Applebee's chips. They look pretty good. They're thin, crispy. They've got good flavour, they're hot. They're actually good chip. They're nice. Now the Wendy's fries, to me, they were really similar to Burger King's, but I'm going to put them in C because I probably expect them to be a little bit better. I feel like they came out a little bit too stale. Now, USA needs some points here, and I'm going to chuck Applebee's into B. They could have almost been A, but I'm going to chuck them in B because I've had better, but they were a good chip.
And the final place of the video is going to be Raising Cane's with a rating of at least a B or higher to level the scores for America required.
This time we're Raising Cane's for fries. Let's give them a try.
Now, whilst the weight was about the same as In-N-Out, the same cannot be said about the taste.
Yeah, that's good as, honestly. It's hot, crispy, not undercooked or overcooked, good flavour, and the sauce goes with it really well also. Now finally with Raising Cane's, yeah, no real problems with them, to be honest with you. They were crinkle cut, but they worked surprisingly well for some reason. And then the cane sauce complemented them so well. So to be honest with you, honestly I'd have to put them in ace. Now between Five Guys and Raising Cane's, I think Five Guys is just a little bit better. So we're gonna put Five Guys also in the S tier. So in and out with a 1, 2, which is 3, 5, 7, 10, 13, 17, 22. America end up winning by the 1 point. USA's fries, from my personal taste experience, just are slightly ahead of Australia's. And to be honest with you, leading into this, that's exactly what I expected. As much as Australia do have some nice chips, with all of these different fast food locations that America have, it would have been quite embarrassing if they honestly didn't win. In fact, they just got it down by 1. Shows that Australia honestly didn't do too bad. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. This obviously was filmed a month and a half ago on my American trip. I don't know what's achievable. Let's just go 500 likes. If you enjoyed content like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you very soon in my next video.